Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Thank you so much for coming and joining me here on my Saturday night live at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So glad to see everybody. If you could just give me a 5x5 so that I know that I'm coming in clearly, that would be very helpful. And I see a lot of really, really cool people here. Hello, everybody. Hi, Sassy and Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Uncle Al's here. Rita's here. TT and me is here. So glad to see everybody. Just going to go back through from when I wasn't here yet. Kimberly Homestead, welcome. Thank you for the good evening. Love your sunflower. Okay. If everybody could press the like button, I really would appreciate it. It helps out the channel so much. And every time you press the like button, YouTube kind of goes and, pops some more people maybe in front of. Hi, Karen. How are you? Tammy Joe, welcome. Thank you so much, everybody. Hi, Michelle J. It's the Banks Homestead. Good evening to you as well. Get settled in. Seeking the minimum level. Hello. From a former Floridian now in the Midwest. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Cold War Prepper, hi. It's good to see you tonight. Dr. Veronica Henson, hello. And just go ahead and type in the chat maybe where you're coming from tonight. I'm coming from the great state of Florida. Very patriotic state. We fly the Florida state flag right now outside of our house. So we love Florida. We love our governor and yeah, good stuff. Hi, Wisteria. How you doing tonight? Karen's in Burbank, California. Rita, South Carolina, and Sassy Gals in Virginia. North Carolina. We've got some Virginia. Tammy Joe in Central Florida. Hello. So am I. Southeast Tennessee, Debs from Northern Indiana, Nabana from Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, West Virginia. I lived in West Virginia for about 5 years. Beautiful, beautiful place. I would love to go back there. Okay. Oh, hi, Benzover Acres from Iowa. Welcome. Oh, Andrea is waiting for her second canner to come down. I didn't do any canning today. It was quite a day. And we all know that Lori is here in Florida with me. Very Southern Illinois from Joyce. Scottish Urban Prepper. Hello, all from Scotland. Hello. Our first international guest for the evening. USMC here from Illinois. We've got a couple Illinois tonight. That's pretty cool. Lori's going to can some chicken tomorrow. That is awesome. I am hoping to can some chili this week. I'm going to put the chili on tomorrow, and I'll probably can it after work next week. We'll see how that goes. I don't really know. Banks Homestead canning beef right now. That is awesome. I'm so glad to see everybody doing what they can to get those prepper pantries stocked and stacked. USMC, couple canners full of corn today. That is awesome. Ellen, watching from Oregon. Where'd you go? There you are. Hi, Ellen. Nice to see you in the chat. Really glad you're here. Sassy, needing to can some meat. Me too, girl. Me too. And Ellen is here. Yeah, me too. Everybody needs to be canning that meat. Canning proteins right now, so important. So if you have any questions about inflation or just plain old want to complain about it, that's why we're here tonight. We're here to call into the light about inflation and what's going on and what we're seeing with our own two eyes. And inflation at 8% is a lie. It is a load of bull hockey that we're being force fed, and I do not care for it. I do not think that the inflation number is 8%. And based on really everybody looking with their own eyeballs, and anyone who is capable of doing math can tell you that per serving size, per ounce, per laundry load, per kilowatt hour, things are not 8% increase. That's a load of horse hockey. So we'll just go back to the chat here really quick. Today, someone posted that turned and chicken meat. Oh, it's so sparse. I'm so sorry to hear that. And then Lori is canning tomato sauce in a jar of tomato powder. Awesome. All right. Ellen says no sky high prices here near Eugene. That is awesome. TT and me, shrinkflation, absolutely 100% correct. I don't know if you saw it in my Dollar General haul, but I took some of my laundry soap that I had gotten in January and compared it to 8 months later. They shrunk my size of my bottle by 22 loads and increased the price by over $1. Absolutely crazy. Thanks, Uncle Al, for reminding people to press that like button. It really helps the channel. You wouldn't think so, but YouTube just loves those like buttons. Ground beef price came down to $3.99 at Costco. Yes, so ground beef has come down quite a bit because a lot of ranchers and farmers are bringing their cows to market because they can't afford to feed them right now. So there is a glut of meat hitting the market at this time, and I'm encouraging people to stock up. I am stocking up on whatever I can get right now as far as proteins, because I do know that the farmers and ranchers know in advance they are not going to have water. They're not going to have the feed, the hay, the ability to take care of all of these cows. And they're bringing cows that are known and proven breeders who have bred out 1 to 2 times and are excellent mothers to market to be slaughtered because they cannot feed their herds. That is, yeah. Lori says, can up that beef now while it's on sale. Absolutely. And on sale, the price on sale is the premium price I would have paid prior to the events of 2020, which we won't mention the P word or the C word. Let's see. Michelle says we're able to make our own laundry soap and it is super affordable. I am totally going to work on stocking up for making my own laundry soap just in case mine runs out. It's yeah. And the country that starts with a C is buying lots of our ranch land. You're absolutely correct. And Mr. Gates has a real proclivity lately for buying farmland. Yeah, and we all know that he doesn't have our best interest at heart. USMC. I brought my husband his preferred soap last week. I was surprised the price had not gone up, but when I got home and realized the size of the bar went down by 2 ounces. So shrinkflation in that case, same price and less per soap. Yeah. Hi, Tita. Thank you. Hello. And I'm glad that you liked. I'm really happy. Hi, Ginny. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. And I'll make sure that I wrap up before 9 so that way everybody can get over to Pinball Preparedness. And I know there's a lot of people already waiting in his lobby. Kieran says, I purchased some eye cream last week. It's usually the size of a regular size toothpaste. My new size is the size of my pinky and the price tripled. 100% totally believe it. And there were so many people who commented on both Instagram and also YouTube letting me know that, yeah, that they're seeing it with their own eyes too. How is my son doing? I did get a brief message from him letting me know that he is okay. There is, if anyone would like to write to a soldier who does not have any family, there is a young man. His name is Private First Class Chris, and he does not have any family to write to him. So I told my son that he is now part of our family. If he doesn't have anywhere to go for his break or his leave, or he needs people to write to him, or he needs anything, that he is now part of the Biggs family and that he is welcome here anytime, and that he has all of us to watch out for him and make sure that he gets what he needs. So if anyone would like to write a letter to him or send anything to him, you can contact me. All of my contact information is on my YouTube page and also via Instagram. Even if you just want to send a letter, a first class stamp doesn't cost that much. And I know that he would really appreciate it. He is the loader for my son's tank. He is younger than my son. It's the first time he's ever been out of the country. And I know that he's probably feeling very alone right now. Captain Crazy and the crew are gaslighting America. You are darn tootin', Uncle Al, for sure. Karen says anyone who is smart would start living together and sharing expensive. Absolutely. The multi-generational home is going to be a real thing coming up. And people are going to have to come out of that comfort zone for sure. For sure. Sassy says, I brought all the ingredients to make my laundry soap for my laundry soap. Laundry soap for my HE machine. Very well done. Very well done. I still have a top loader, and I'm very happy that I have a top loader because I'm going to be making some laundry soap here coming up. Andrea got 10 pounds of hamburger for $2.99 a pound. Well done. Browned it all, portioned it, and enough for 3 canner loads. You scored, Andrea. I know that all of our stores have limits on the for sale items recently. I will say that the pork loin that was on sale at Winn-Dixie this week, I was very excited to see it. It was $2.49 a pound. $1.49 a pound. I went in Friday morning, first thing, no pork. Then I rang the bell of the meat manager, and he came out, and he just looked like, oh no. And I actually know this guy. Like, I buy meat there all the time. I said, hey, did you get the pork loins that were on sale for the weekend sale? And he just looked at his shoes. He said, no, I'm sorry, we didn't. And then he just kind of winced, like, oh, please don't yell at me. And I said, look, I'll try back later in the weekend. He goes, I honestly don't know if we're even going to get them. So it's one thing that the stores are having sales and that they have stuff in their sale flyer, but do they actually have it in the store for you to buy? That's another question. So my local Winn-Dixie did not get the pork loin that was on sale this week. They had some of the other stuff, but not that. Deb K, I want to try canning. What do you recommend for a pressure canner for a beginning? I recommend, obviously, I have an All-American canner. It is heavy and it is expensive. And I invested in that over 10 years ago, and it is a workhorse, and I've used it ever since. However, not everyone can afford an All-American, or is it available. So I recommend whatever canner you can get your hands on. Get whatever canner you can get your hands on and get used to using it. That's a really great question, Deb. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad I'm all by myself. Yeah, Ellen, I'm thankful right now that we don't have children at home. I cannot imagine trying to feed children anything beyond oatmeal and grits. And my kids ate a lot of oatmeal and grits growing up, but when you can't even make scrambled eggs would be a special treat because they're $3.28 for a dozen. That's just crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. You can't have an egg today. They're over 50 cents each. What? And you want 3 eggs? That's $1.50. That's just insane. Lori says, my electric bill went up 3 times already this year. Yeah, now it's more than one of my paychecks. Absolutely. Our light bill here in the forest has gone up 2 times since January 1st. And my son lives in the tiny house next door, and the tiny house light bill was as much as our big house. They are home more than we are. And the tiny house isn't exactly as energy efficient as the big house. However, that's pretty crazy. And he said, Mom, I'm really, I don't know how to make it go lower. And I was like, honestly, kid, there really isn't anything you can do. It's not your fault that your light bill is more than it was last year when the actual bill has been raised 2 times. He didn't know what he was doing wrong. Presto pressure canner is great. My mother-in-law loves Presto. She has one and she uses it all the time. In fact, I'm thinking about getting a second canner so I can can more at one time, but I don't know if Mr. Biggs will go for that or not. Gas prices for Uncle Al went down to $5.95 a gallon. I was actually able to gas up this week for under $5 a gallon for mid-grade, which I thought was pretty good. Ellen says, been there, done that while raising. Yeah, I raised my kids in the 2000s, and I can't imagine. And we were dirt poor. We had no money. A lot of times we had boxes from the church of food. Karen says, yes, we may have the info where to send. Okay, so I'm on Instagram, the Bigs Prep, all one word. And you can email me at ourbiggs, BIGGS, adventure@yahoo.com if you'd like to. And I can provide you with an address so you can send PFC Chris some goodies. Or actually, I would never expect anyone to send a box over there because the shipping for a flat rate medium-sized box is over. It's $100. It's just $100. It's over $90. It's $100. So if you wanted to send goodies for Chris or for any of the soldiers over there, you can send them to me, and I am using 100% of my YouTube income to pay for shipping. I'm shipping out 2 boxes a month. So if you want to watch my commercials in a playlist, I would love you for it, and we'll make YouTube pay for all the shipping to the soldiers. Stacy, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Stacy, where are you watching from tonight? Okay. Yeah, it is crazy about Lori's electric bill. Absolutely. Oh, there's a Bible verse that says the Lord sets the solitary in families. He deserves it. He deserves it. And he's looking out for my son. So I have to make sure that he feels like he is part of a family, because I can't stand the fact that someone's child doesn't feel like they have a connection or anything to a family. That's not going to happen. Okay, so TT and me says, a little trick here. I went online, Walmart, shopping. I chose the Walmart brand and then clicked the option to substitute and was given the name brand at Walmart prices. Hey, that's a good one. All right. Thanks, Uncle Al, for reminding people to press that like button. And thank you for all the people here in the chat just hanging out with me. Yeah, Stacy, I'm moving my parents onto our property in the coming months. Absolutely. And Mr. B and I are trying to wrap our brains around what that would look like should we have to take family members in an economic collapsey type situation. All right. Thank you, Michelle, for hitting that like button. Super appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, Uncle Al's been hunting feral pigs, free pork. Mr. B probably will get a pig this year. I'll be excited for that. We love wild pork. Okay. Karen says, my friends have a room for me to rent in San Antonio, Texas. Has anyone lived there? I really want to go and leave Los Angeles. I suggest everybody get out of California that is not aligned with whatever policies the governor in that state is implementing at this time, because it seems like a wackadoo nation over there. Lori loves her Presto canner. Oh, excellent. Put an ad on FreeCycle looking for a canner. That's awesome. Yeah, put the word out. That's one of my tips for free preps, is just put the word out that you're looking for something. I know right now one of my friends is looking for size 5.5 shoes for her child. Like, he's growing so fast. USMC, we have 2 carry electric canners and a stovetop Presto. I did the electric canner for a while. It wasn't really my jam. I don't know. I missed my big canner. Oh, look at that. Gas in Central Florida, $3.53. Let's just take a look here. So I want to do some shout outs of some people that left comments this week. Wisteria, who is in the chat tonight. Hello, girl or person. I think it's a girl. I know our food budget gets eaten up, pun intended, much more quickly than before. While we're still able to buy what we need, we definitely have cut back on dining out, us too. We never go to a sit-down restaurant anymore. It's just not worth the price you pay. $10 for a plate of potato skins. I can buy an entire bag of potatoes and more for that price. Also, her laundry soap has gone from 224 fluid ounces to 201.6 fluid ounces. Still the same price and still labeled 128 loads. Very, very sneaky. I agree. Holly said, oh, more of that new math where the right answer is wrong and the wrong answer is right. My favorite pasta was 24 cents a package, now 48 cents a package. The price is double along with everything else. Inflation is ×2, and no one is going to convince me otherwise. I completely agree. And then we had some other comments. I posted that little thing on my community page with a little tiny thing of ground beef. That's some shrinkflation right there. Deb K. I went to my local grocery store today and they had Hellmann's mayonnaise for over $7 for a 30-ounce jar. Next size down was over $5. Plus, didn't the 30-ounce jar used to be 32 ounces? Can't remember for sure. They had cauliflower on sale. It was horrible looking and full of black spots, and most of their produce is consistently bad looking. Michelle J. Closer to 20 to 30% overall. Ground beef has gone from under $4 to $5.25. Coffee is up $3 to $4. We buy organic eggs, so they didn't increase as fast or as high as regular eggs. Produce crazy high and low quality. I hit the farmer's market for any produce we have now. Pasta so far hasn't increased, but it's also not always available. Chicken doubled, beans and lentils are up about 30% along with rice. And you're absolutely correct, Michelle. Absolutely correct. I have seen the prices jump. Carrie SD, maybe South Dakota? I would say 25% as a rough guess. I actually go to another state because I live literally on the state line and purchase what I need. In a few weeks, my pay will be cut down and I'm scared of what's coming. I'm trying so hard to remain diligent. It's all that you can do. My heart goes out to you, Kari, because I can totally identify. Mr. B, last week, I don't know if it was Monday or Tuesday, left at lunchtime because they had no metal and no materials, and one of their tools was broken and they were waiting for a part to fix it. So he ended up missing a half a day of work because there wasn't any work to be had. And we know this is coming. I mentioned this in several live videos and several regular videos, that we know that it's coming, that he eventually will be laid off and there won't be any work for him. Nikki says, and Nikki is a huge fan of my channel, and I really appreciate her always. I recently spent $220 on over 80 pounds of meat, 50 pounds of chicken breast, and 30 pounds of ground beef. I felt like the prices were excellent. The lean beef was only $2.59, anything over 5 pounds, and the chicken breast was $2.89 a pound. I remember when it was $1.99. My advice to you would be to seek out a local, non-big name grocery store if you have any near you. They have much better deals on meat and veggies. Try to search out for a discount bakery in your area. It's usually $1.29 for whole wheat, 89 cents for my buns, and $2 for raisin bread. So she's got some really great tips there on how you can save some money. Boo Boo. In northern Nevada, I'm not seeing a lot. I also am not seeing any shortages. Honestly, I don't look at the price of stuff when I buy it, but my overall grocery bill is about the same. Once in a while, I go into a regular grocery store if I need something in a hurry, and maybe that's a few cents higher. I'm buying just for me, so I really don't see much of an increase. I went to Trader Joe's yesterday to look for organic eggs. They were $4.99, the usual price. Gas has gone down, and she's going to the farmer's market to get veggies, butter, and cheese. I'm really glad that in northern Nevada, they're having a really good time with inflation. It seems like maybe some of the more blue areas are having a better time than us red states. I'm just going to go back through the chat. USMC, we have 7 children and 5 grandchildren, trying to figure out where they all would go. 2 acres, so maybe some tiny homes. I know in Florida, a lot of people are doing campers on the property, sheds with AC, and then people come in, take a shower, and use the restroom and do whatever. But it's getting real here in Florida, especially where I live in the forest, because it is a very economically depressed area in the national forest. My mom was the last one left in Florida, low-income senior. My sister had to move her out of Florida to Alabama. That's going to be a lot. That is going to be a lot of people. Just going back. Tammy Jo has an Instant Pot Max, and she loves it. That is awesome. $8 a dozen for eggs here in Australia. Oh, my heavens, Michelle. Yikes. 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 Let's just go down through. I missed some while I was reading, and I really appreciate the fact that everyone is chiming in. Hello, is it Sven or Sveen? Sven from Norway. One of my biggest fans. I'm really glad that you're here. And I know that it's about 2:30 a.m. there in Norway, and I appreciate you coming on in. And Laura is watching from Louisiana. Can you raise chickens for eggs in the city, living on Social Security? A poor man's diet. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I totally get it. We're having to change what we eat and the portions and how we're eating and what we're cutting back on. I'm thankful that my freezer is full and that I've been able to stock up on some meat deals, because if not, it's just crazy. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, many things have gone up by nearly 200%. Absolutely. And portion control needs to be practiced. That's what we're doing here at the Biggs household. Uncle Al says it's 12.5%. And I would believe that as a more viable number than 8%. I like tinfoil hat time. I need to make a tinfoil hat so I can put it on during the live cast. That would be so cool. Tinfoil hat time. Do you think that this whole new math situation where kids today don't know math and don't really understand how numbers work because of the way that they were taught, do you think that that's why they are swallowing the 8% inflation lie? Let me know in the comments and I will chime in on what I think, because I think they took away math and cursive and critical thinking from the generation that's coming up, now and the previous one, because they don't want us to know exactly what's going on. So when they pull the rug out from under, people go, oh yeah, this is just normal. Yeah, the tiny ground beef post, that was pretty awesome. I found that online. I was like, ooh, I'm going to use this. USMC. I still cook like there are 9 of us at dinner, even though we're down to 4. Yeah. So, Mrs. Kathleen Sisler, my mentor from West Virginia, always used to do that. She would make a big pot of whatever it was for supper. She would start it in the late afternoon, serve everyone while the canner was going. So when she sat down to eat, the canner was going. She would have everyone eat, clean up the dishes. And by the time she was done and ready to sit down and everything was cleaned up and the chickens were put away and everything else, the canner was done and ready to be turned off. And then she could just leave it until the morning when she had to get up and make everyone breakfast. Dunkin' Donuts 40-ounce container has gone up by $5 in the last 6 months. Totally believe that. I went to Aldi this past week and the coffee section was pretty wiped out. I'm really glad that we stocked up on coffee last year, and I did a video on my other channel about stocking up on coffee, and they had a bad harvest. They had some snow in Brazil or some kind of, it wasn't a conspiracy thing. It literally was the weather. Karen says our state taxes are so high. That's California. That is California. Rents in Florida are ridiculous. I'm so thankful for our house. Hey, Brenda, I'm glad you're feeling better. I watched your video. How scary. I'm so glad you're here. I'm noticing in price increasing on most things. Gas is now $3.99 here. That used to be so high, and now it seems cheap. Yeah, inflation does change our perspective. And I know, like tinfoil hat time, I know that there are some elections coming up, and I don't get political. However, I think that there is some kind of pony show going on that, maybe, we've given them some economic relief. They're going to vote for us now. It's 2 wings of the same bird, folks. Yeah. Or my economics professor used to say it's 2 cheeks of the same behind, and they'd like you to kiss them both. Krispy Kreme, 6 Krispy Kreme ice and filled donut combo was almost $10 yesterday at Walmart. Yikes! $10 for donuts. And if you haven't seen my chickpea donut video, oh my gosh, that video was a bumpy ride. On my other channel, I have it. It's so crazy. It was disturbing right up until the end. I did not think that recipe was going to come out at all. I had horrors. You could see in my face just questioning my entire life's choices. Karen says, I've been trying to get my headlights fixed. Oh my goodness, it's taking weeks. Yeah, Mr. B waited about 4 months to get his truck fixed because he was waiting for a part, got the part. It was the correct box, but when the mechanic opened the part, it was the wrong part inside the right box. He had to return that and wait for another part to come from a completely different company. And then finally he got it fixed. But the mechanic straight up told him, we don't search for parts anymore. That's your job. You want to bring me the part? Great. I'll fix it for you. This week, I was shopping online at Walmart pickup. Canned vegetables were 50 cents. The very next day, they were 58 cents. I saw that on your video. And if anyone hasn't checked out Brenda's channel yet, From My House to You, great channel, and I love all of her videos. Yeah, I've always looked at everything to compare and buy. Yeah, I compare by the ounce, and Mr. B has learned how to compare by the ounce. As soon when we go in, he's like, I know you're getting out the calculator. Yeah, no shortages in Las Vegas. So I'm there. It's very interesting to me that blue areas of the country are not seeing as many shortages as some of us red states or red areas. And also, cities seem to have more supplies and less people bringing to attention empty shelves and things like that than us people in rural areas. And I don't want to think that that's bread and circuses, but if I was to go into high octane speculation, I would definitely think that that was bread and circuses. They're trying to keep people in the cities happy, and so that nothing, they don't think anything's going on. All right. Yay, Norway. That's right. Sheds. That's a great idea to do guest house. Yeah, in Florida, it is not unusual to have people live in a shed on your property. If you have an AC and a bed and a fan and, some Wi-Fi, you're good to go. It doesn't get cold enough here to need actual heat. Andrea says, stay at Walmart. There was chocolate, but every other candy was wiped out. Maybe they watched my video on prepping candy and they just been, putting that up, because I know I got some more this past week, and it was the fruit discs and some other candies, but I just love the way they look on the shelf. They're so pretty and they make me happy. Everything has gone up. Been to the dentist, 2 teeth, $3,000. Casey, thank you for joining in from Australia tonight, and that is pretty dang wild. Yeah. Mr. B has a dentist appointment on Tuesday as part of our August prepping, and I went in June and July to the dentist to get all my stuff done. Let's see. Also changed how I eat, less meat for sure. Yeah, we're doing even though we had meat as a guest star. Seeking minimum level. Your recommendation on watching portion control was a great wake-up call. Amen. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're getting something out of my content. That's my whole purpose. Oh, look at that. The Banks Homestead. I donate my eggs to local food banks. That's wonderful. That's good. Yeah. Another reason I homeschool my children. I homeschooled my children on and off all the way through their career, and they would go to school for a couple years and then be homeschooled. And I taught my children to add and subtract by playing blackjack for marshmallows. It's not a typical thing, but they were learning how to add and subtract very quickly by at least to 21. And the pressure of the game, they didn't realize how quickly they were actually learning to add. So it was a great way to trick them into learning. And now they both can add and subtract very well. My older son actually got suspended from high school for correcting his history teacher because he told her that the money in her wallet was a Federal Reserve note and not a United States dollar. And she kicked him out of the class. It wasn't long after that he got his GED and went to work anyway. All right. Yeah, absolutely. See way too many who don't understand the difference to write 10 cents and what's actually 1/10 of a cent. 100%. 100%. Absolutely. I follow this dude on Instagram, and he walks around and asks people, how many days are in a year? 100. Who's the vice president of the United States? I don't know. Joe Biden? I'm like, oh. A very beautiful young Black woman. who was the first president of the United States, and she said Abraham Lincoln, which he was like, yes, and I was like, what? Beautiful young people, very very not educated, and I feel sad because they probably are all high school graduates who don't know how many months in a year, how many minutes are in an hour. I don't like it. It's shocking, but yet not. Let's see. Hey, it's Florida Glitz. Hey, Florida Glitz, on the other side of Florida from me, filling in some gaps in the pantry and vacuum sealing cereal for the grandbaby. I love that. Thank you so much for looking out for your family. Yeah, I tell my mom all the time that kids don't know how to think. It's sad, but they really can't seem to reason through things. That the creative thought and thought process is pretty much gone. I just want to read a couple more of the comments that were left on my page. I'm just here for the comments. Says, less than 6 months ago, 1 dozen eggs were 77 cents, and now they're $2.29. A gallon of milk was $1.27, currently $2.98. It hurts my head to think about the price of meat and fresh produce. I bought 3 pounds of cherries that I thought were on sale, but they were $16. And every year, I buy myself 1 bag of Rainier cherries. They're my absolute favorite fruit of all time. I love yellow Rainier cherries. I even dream about them sometimes. And this year I had to pass. They were $7 a pound. That I just could not do it. So there was my once a year treat gone because of the price. I just tapped out. I couldn't do it. And one thing that I went to Walmart this past week, and my little Grey Poupon mustard was $4. $4. I'm not paying $4 for a thing of mustard. And I love Grey Poupon mustard, so I'm going to try the Walmart brand and see how it is. I don't know. Let's see. Teresa BVD. Aldi cereal costs about 70 cents more, but weighs 25% less. Booney June. Food Lion, Heinz ketchup is $4.89 for 32 ounces, but Hunt's is $1.86, less ounces. Cereal bread lunch meat, I used to pay $3.99 for Italian sausages, and now it is $6.89. It's Bonnie from Virginia. Thank you, Bonnie, for your comment. Glenn Anderson, who is all over both my channels, and I really appreciate him. I don't know about anyone else, but I am sick and tired of the talking heads from certain places telling me that inflation is a good thing. To me, it's like peeing down my leg and telling me it's raining. Inflation in my area in Texas is easily 20%, and that's probably a low number. Michelle Mitten, veteran prepper, who will be my special guest next week. We're going to be talking about how to save money on your groceries even in today's time, and maybe some things that we can do to help stretch our food dollars. She said there aren't enough characters available for me to list anything. The only thing I can share is the cost of clearance items, which I buy, which are 50 to 70% off to fill in my gaps and add to my fridge, rotating pantry, and freezer. Convenience foods are no longer on my list unless extremely clearance price. I can say that I have stopped buying many items due to size, price, and condition of the item on the shelves. Norma G, Louisiana, organic butter went up to $17 a pound recently, but now it's back down to $12 a pound, which is still twice my usual price. Double D Homestead, who I love, 8% my donkey. My Folgers went up from $9.99 to $14.99. That's 50%. They must be using that Common Core math. Absolutely. Food Lion bread has been 88 cents for years, getting low in the freezer, so I grabbed some. Now $1.89, and that was Rita. Hi, Rita. If you're still here, say hi to me. Let's see. It's Wanda Woo. I bought a new bag of chips, and it actually had the nerve to say new, bigger size. And in actuality, before shrinkflation, the bag was bigger than this one. Blatant lies beyond, and it is annoying at this point. So I'll go back to you guys. There was little to no pasta. Laura, thank you for commenting. Oh yeah, the donuts at the end, they looked so good, the chickpea donuts, but it was a wild ride. Yeah, you have to try them. They're so good, but definitely put them in the food processor first. I have probably 20 cans of expired chickpeas that I have to use up. Oh my gosh. Monday, I got fast food, which was rare, and I paid in coins. Yep. All right. Andrea says kids, or, kids to me, because I'm a Gen X, can't reason with logic, study methodically because school is so focused so much on reading and word structure. Yeah. Hi, Fox Run. We've always been frugal, so luckily our menu has not really changed that much. I'm a big time frugal person, always have been. My mom was frugal before frugal was cool. Back in the 70s, she used to make all of our bread and our clothes and things like that. So, yeah, frugality comes natural to me. But I have a feeling that people that are not used to frugality, I don't even have a feeling, I know for a fact that people that are not used to frugality and are used to spending their dollars wherever they want, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening. Sign me up for a shed. Okay, Karen. If you need HVAC replacement, do it now. My husband's been waiting on parts in a new unit in North Carolina. Absolutely. And I'm hearing that everywhere. We went out today, as a matter of fact, to Lowe's and purchased a window unit for one of the bedrooms because we can run a window unit off of our generator should the power go out or should our AC go down. A good friend of mine was without AC in her house for 2 weeks. And while she waited for a part, the landlord actually drove to South Florida, picked the part up from the warehouse and delivered it himself. And then one of my friends was in the HVAC business and came over and fixed it for the landlord in exchange for some money off of the rent because he had no one to fix it and no part to fix it. So he actually ended up driving over 3 hours south to go pick up a random part to fix the AC for the house. Uncle Al, no fuel, no trucks. Our warehouses are packed and we need drivers. Unfortunately, a lot of these drivers can't pass the medical test because they took the ouchie and now their medical stuff is not going to pass. Ooh, eye appointments for our August prep. That is awesome. I'm so proud of you. I know that I need to Mr. B's he's going to the dentist on Tuesday. We're like popping stuff off one at a time. It doesn't matter. We can teach them math by baking and measurements. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't matter how you teach a child. It's the fact that you teach them in a style that they can learn. I taught my niece fractions in one night by using a pizza. and we had a really good time. Yeah. Are you as smart as a silver stacker? Welcome. I've never seen you here before. I'm really glad you're here. Canceled my dental insurance, only pays $1,000 a year, and that's one visit these days. So my dentist offers a membership program, and for $25 a month, you get 30% off of all of your services. So, and then you can cancel the membership anytime, which I went in to get my teeth aligned and fixed and beautiful and get some work done, and it was 30% less because I became a member. And I had been a member before, and anytime you want to become a member, you just call them up, say, hey, put me on the membership, and make your appointment in a month, and bam, you get 30% off, which is a really good deal, and it's a lot more than $25. Let's see. Oh yeah, the chickpea donut video, you can see my eyebrows do not lie in that video. I was like, here they are. It looks like dog poop. But I really want to use up those expired chickpeas, and we're tired of eating hummus. I learned more teaching my children than I ever. Absolutely. One year we did a huge unit on Benjamin Franklin, and it was fascinating to me, all the things that he created and learned about and taught. And invented for us bifocal glasses, which I use every day and I'm very thankful for. So I learned a ton about Benjamin Franklin. And the other thing, my youngest son was really into rocks for a long time. So we did a huge unit on rocks and rock collecting and all these different things. And other homeschoolers sent him rocks. It was so cool. And then the rocks led into dinosaurs. And we did a very child-led sort of unit, science-y, history, that kind of thing. So anything that we're interested in was fair game. And that's how we do the thing. Oh yeah, maybe plant a tree in your yard so that you can get cherries. I know. I planted a plum tree this year and some blueberry bushes, so hopefully. Karen wanted to know about mosquito bites. I use essential oil, lavender essential oil. Hello, Nene. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming by. Nene just did a couple of Dollar General videos. Awesome videos. Mimi says, grateful to be able to only have to purchase groceries on sale while stocked. Right now, we're at the point where we are replacing what we're using and then trying to stock up on, anything that's on sale. Yeah, people are going to spiral out of control. The average person they may have an inkling of what's coming, but they have no idea the amount of sacrifice it's going to take to actually make that happen. So I've been to Aldi a few times in the last few months, and of course I have notes, and I've been keeping track of some prices. In April at Aldi, butter, right here in Central Florida, butter was $3.47. And when I went this past week, it was $3.86. So that's 40-cent jump in 4 months. That's 10 cents a month. Bacon actually went down, which was good. I'm going to do a whole video on this showing the prices and kind of my notes and everything. Beans actually stayed the same price, $1.68 for 2 pounds. The saltine crackers were 99 cents and they had gone up to $1. That's only one cent. But a packet of yeast, 86 cents back here in April, all the way up to 89 cents. So even that did a 3-cent jump for the little 3 packs of yeast. And they have the same expiration date. It's the same exact yeast. It's just there, and it went up by 3 cents. Canned vegetables, big jump from 54 cents to 62 cents. And Brenda mentioned that they went up 8 cents overnight, and that's about pretty much on par, 8 cents overnight. The coffee was a big jump. Where's my coffee? So the coffee in April was 48 ounces, and it was $6.19. And then in August, it went to 30.5 ounces for $6.45. So it shrunk by 17.5 ounces, and it went up by 30 cents. So that's shrinkflation for sure. And I wanted to keep track of the prices at Aldi because like a 10-pound bag of potatoes was $4.99, now $5.59. So I'll be doing a video on that probably for next week, just talking about what I'm literally seeing with my own 2 eyes. And I'll do all the math and figure it all out as far as the actual inflation number over just 4 months. Thanks. Homestead canned beef is done. I am so happy to hear that. I love it when people are taking control of their destiny and taking control of the events that are happening on such a small scale in their own household, in their own 4 walls. That is super, super inspiring to me to watch people just say, I'm going to do what I can control. I'm going to stock it up. Yeah, Aldi's flour. I have the price right here. Flour was $1.56 back in April, now $2.12 at my Aldi this week. Yeah, butter is going up. I have a whole freezer full of butter, and every time I use a pound of butter, I'm putting a pound of butter back in, but I stocked up, I think, at $3 a pound, and I remember whining at $3, and now if I found butter for $3, I'd probably buy all of it. So crazy. All right. Florida Glitz purchased 10 pounds of bacon and gonna can it Plus, you can cook with the fat. Yeah, we have some canned bacon that Mr. B uses to take camping. Ugh, Lori, butter at my Aldi is over $4 now. Looks like Rita might have got a really good deal on some milk. Most people, my dear sons included, are, yeah. So who had butter for $2? Rita, you are lucky. I'll tell you that right now. Roasted seasoned chickpeas, cold chickpeas. So I do eat cold chickpeas in my garden salad, and I love chickpeas. Mr. B, not such a huge fan, but I love them. Yeah. So, but when I typed in, how do I use up chickpeas, and the chickpea chocolate donut video recipe came up, and I said, I got to try it. I got to try this. Nene says, I tried to make mayo out of chickpeas once. It didn't turn out though. Yeah. I've never tried to make mayonnaise out of chickpeas. The donuts was edgy enough for me for right now. 8 ounces of shredded cheese for 97 cents. Wow. Christine, that's awesome. Wow. Good deal on the shrimp too with e-coupons. That's another thing. Get your coupons. Get them out and get them ready. Hey, Titan, thank you so much for stopping in. I am so excited to see you here. And that live with Sarge was awesome. We did lessons learned from the Great Depression and how we can carry that over today. So that was a wonderful thing. Misty got grass-fed organic butter at Costco. Oh, that's not a bad price for grass-fed organic. Thanks, Cold War Prepper, for being here. Really appreciate it. And we are almost out of time. You know what? I have to try the air fryer chickpeas. I've never tried them in the air fryer. Yeah, he did like those donuts. He actually, and my son tried one too, and he was like, I would never know these had chickpeas in them. So, there's some red feather shelf-stable butter as a last resort. Yeah, I need to can some butter. I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but I probably will. Okay. So if anybody wants to write a letter to PFC Chris, let me know and I can get you the address. Either message me on Instagram or my email address is always in the description box of all my videos. And it's also on my page under Contact Me. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. I'll be glad to talk with them. And next week, we are going to be talking with Michelle Mitten, veteran prepper, who I adore her channel, and she does the best clearance hauls. And we're going to be talking about some regular ways and some extreme ways to save money on your grocery bill and how you can prep on a budget. She alluded to the fact that she may have a couple of giveaways to do while we're doing the live as well. So that is super exciting. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate every single one of you. Really glad that you're here. And just as a disclaimer, if anybody watches my videos and you want to watch the ads, 100% of my YouTube income minus what the government takes is going to the soldiers while my son is deployed. I'm going to be sending stuff not only to him, but also to all of his compadres in his unit. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Saturday. Until then, bye-bye. Bye.